Welcome to the Through the Table podcast with Tom, Rick, Russ, JL, and Brian.
Next 2 weeks, you're going to have to get your Raw on the SyFy network. The SyFy era begins.
How low will those ratings be?
Real low.
I heard they're doing with very limited commercials as well. So they're really
after
going to
the Super Bowl. So
who is this girl?
Well, here's the thing. Already get it.
She already knows how to sweep too. That's good. What? Not next Monday, but the Monday after Valentine's Day is going to be on SyFy. That will be the lowest rated Raw ever.
you think so?
I mean,
because the Super Bowl.
Shocked.
It's a day after the Super Bowl. It's Valentine's Day, and it's on SyFy.
Are we pre-setting up our excuses?
Wow.
Are we getting this ready now? Look, guys, I'm just telling you that night's gonna be. I'm also, let's see, President's Day. That's coming out. It's gonna be bad. Easter. It's the Monday after Easter. It's never good for business.
Because there's no sports, and the biggest sports arguably event is the day before Valentine's Day. After dealing with the weekend of sports, your significant other will want that day, so no one's gonna watch SyFy Network on the 14th.
Do you really think that half the humanoids that are gonna be tuning into Raw have dates? Who do you think they're clamoring to have women show up in their parents' basement? No. These dateless freaks will be there watching. Ratings will be
all right. Well, then no.
Neon green guy will be in the front row. Neon green T-shirt guy.
Oh, he only goes to the pay-per-views.
Oh, really? He's
and AEW pay-per-views now. It's not just WWE that he goes to anymore.
Wow, he's just like WWE sucks. I'm only doing the pay-per-views.
Yep, only the pay-per-views now. He used to do the Raws after, but he's not doing that anymore.
Oh no, I broke my remote somehow.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's all right. You can stay on, Caroline.
Oh no, I broke my remote. This is a problem.
Goldberg did that so much to you, you had to break it. You can thank Jason for title belts. Will that make you feel better?
No, because I still don't know what song whose theme song that song is. And the only person I could ask is Jason. I don't want to have to thank him on the podcast.
As Rick was saying, I think it was for some sort of promo or pay-per-view or something, because it's no wrestler's song. I found some big list that had all the way back to like 93, and that song was never anyone's theme.
Yeah, I think it was just one of those hype videos that they would do all the time. Let's see. So what else happened in the world of wrestling this week?
You can tie in your Shane McMahon, yeah.
Briefly touched on it.
Mm-hmm.
Shane McMahon.
Yep. My dad.
How is that possible? It's like insane.
He went psychotic back there. Big ego.
I mean, is that really what it was? Just because he got fired because he booked the Rumble like pretty much around him.
He booked the Rumble around himself. Yeah. He should have been one of the last four guys in the last two, and he did all that Kevin Owens stuff, and no one approved it, so he just tossed him over.
He also screwed over some programs that they were trying to work.
Yep, and I guess in the back, Vince kept saying no to a bunch of his stuff, so he kept getting more irritated back there, and he was yelling and screaming at people when they would come up to him and try to talk to him. They said he was just his behavior was awful back there, very bad.
That's unlike Shane, though. Like, what's the other? There has to be another reason for
cocaine.
He did come out pretty sweaty.
He always
His
is.
face was pretty red.
Yeah.
He's like, I just go to Jeff Hardy's locker. Whoa.
Oh.
Apparently,
it's wild.
he was going to
he wanted to set him up with a big program with Seth Rollins for Mania, and he was pushing for that.
Seth Rollins and Shane McMahon.
Yep.
Didn't they already do that once?
Seth Rollins would probably like, oh no, like that sucks, right?
I'm sure Seth went right up to Vince and said, "Hey, no,
this ain't happening." Yeah.
Yeah, I guess Shane would bring up ideas to Vince. Vince would say no. Brock would bring up an idea to Vince, and Vince goes, "Yes, let's do that." So that was annoying him even more.
I like that Shane McMahon booked himself to win a striking exchange with Matt Riddle.
That was another thing that they got pissed.
Yeah,
I don't know if that was scheduled. But he just told him to do it, and he did. Yep.
Matt Riddle's just like, whatever, guys.
He doesn't care.
No, he not even a little bit.
Whatever you want, I don't care.
Shane McMahon, you want to kick my ass, Bad Bunny? You want to give me a Canadian destroyer? Just
exactly.
do it all. I don't care.
The funny thing is, he's probably the only former UFC guy that would be okay with that.
Oh,
there's not
100%.
many.
100%.
Yeah, he'd probably get eliminated by a woman in the Rumble if some woman entered. He wouldn't care.
Exactly.
Whatever you want, go for it.
How has he not failed a wellness policy violation thing yet?
I'm sure. Oh, it's just a fine, right?
It's
Weed's
a fine,
just a fine.
and they warn you ahead of time now when they're testing for weed or synthetic weed now.
You can just buy fake pee on Amazon at this point.
They basically say, "All right, we're going to test on the Raw after the pay-per-view, so he knows that's when it's coming up."
I gotta see if that's true.
Well, yeah.
For the pod, you gotta see fake urine.
Oh boy.
Yep. Nope. Yep.
Right. It's like $50.
Belly bag urine collection bag with waist belt.
That's if you want to have someone pee in the bag and then you put it in your waist so it keeps it next to your body so it keeps it warm. I know this stuff. But they also sell fake pee. You could just buy like fake pee that like and same thing. It comes in like
I have to put a little graphic that says Rick P expert.
Yeah, pee expert.
there is. It's like
and you keep it next
here and there.
Rick the urine doctor.
Because when you take piss tests, that's like they take the temperature. So that's why you keep it like in your waist. It keeps it next to your body, so your body heat warms up the fake pee.
It's a separate pod we'll have to do with Rick, the pee pod.
The pee pod.
I like that.
By Stop and Shop.
Nice.
So speaking about the pee pod, apparently Jeff Hardy did not fail his drug test.
Nope.
And
he literally worked him into getting fired.
Accept that apology now, Russ.
I don't believe it.
And he refused their Hall of Fame invitation.
Yep. Refused to come back for the Rumble and all that other stuff. I mean, I think he just wanted out anyway.
Just because, like, among just it has to be the Hardy Boys that have to go in first.
Well, that's what I was just going to ask.
Yep.
Was it just a solo Jeff Hardy?
Just Jeff, yeah.
Oh, wow.
They were just going to put him in. Yep.
He wasn't going to do that. There's no way he would have did that.
Yeah, that's.
Yep. They said just him, at least for now. That was what they offered.
I mean, honestly, I like if I think it would have meant like way more if they would just said, you know what, that's Matt Hardy's with AEW. You know what I mean? Like Jeff's with us, so try to re-sign him, I guess. But to put them in together, like to put them in as the Hardy Boys, I think would have been
They brought back Billy Gunn when he was.
Well, they would AEW would let Matt Hardy go get retired.
Well, that's
they'd
what
be
I
fine
mean.
with that. They'd have no issue with that. Just a one night thing, sure, of course.
Right, but the WWE had it. Like that's what I'm saying. Like if the WWE just said, you know what, like, I'm sure, because I know Tony Khan would have been like, yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
that's
Yep.
heck yeah, they definitely belong in the Hall of Fame together.
Oh yeah.
He
for
would
sure.
have. I don't think he would have had a problem with it.
No, not at all.
And I just think that would have kind of made not so much extend an olive branch, but it's just at this point WWE could use a little bit of, I guess, positive publicity. I guess so to speak.
Right.
Even something as small as that. It just I feel like that would have went a long way with some people.
Oh, sure it would have. Mm-hmm.
Side note, I'm watching. Monday Nitro from
Oh.
what's on right now. It's December 16th, 1996, and Rey Mysterio versus Bobby Eaton is on right now.
Oh, that's
Wow.
a barn burner right there.
That's a crazy match.
I definitely want to watch this after too.
I don't remember that one.
No,
Hmm.
that blew my mind. Bobby Eaton, Rey Mysterio.
They did a lot of those on Nitros because they had to fill the time, and you're like what? Okay.
Oh yeah, some of these are just.
Mhm.
But right before that, it was Jerry Flynn and Ice Train. You go from Jerry Flynn and Ice Train to Bobby Eaton, Rey Mysterio. It's crazy.
I think the match quality kind of went up just a tad.
This
earlier-
all sounds like a night at the Armory in Lynn.
Yeah, right.
It went from a fear match to a Tom Anthony match.
Yep.
So what else? We talked a little bit
Earnings.
about Shane McMahon. Earnings, yep.
Let's get into the earnings. It's amazing what the Saudi Prince can do for your 2021 earnings call. It's also amazing when you release like 200 something talent and yet turn a 1 point something billion dollar profit for the year.
1.9.
Your most profitable year in the history of your business.
Billion.
Yeah.
Billion.
1.9 billion. And they released, what was it, 83 people? I was joking with 200, but it was like 83 people.
No,
It was over 100 this year.
It was 183. 183 was the number I
Jesus.
saw between.
I think that was over the last 2 years, though.
Oh, maybe that was.
I think it was like 80 to 100 this
close
year.
to 100.
Yeah. Well, if you include the staff and executives and all that stuff, it's probably over
Right.
100 because I think they were just saying wrestlers on the list there.
Canyon Seaman and all them guys.
Mhm.
And
I think
stuff.
if you include people you don't even know
Worst
who they
name
are.
ever, by the way.
Yeah. Right.
Canyon Seaman?
Canyon,
Yes.
yeah.
Mhm.
Who
He
the
was
hell is Canyon Seaman?
He was the head of talent relations. He
Yep.
was the one that mailed Mickey James her
Yeah,
stuff in a
he's-
trash bag.
Like
Oh
John
my
Laurinaitis is like underling.
His name is Canyon Seaman.
Yep.
Of course it is.
Mhm.
Who's better than Canyon?
Seaman.
Well, the
Brian
worst
can't
part
edit that. It's a name.
The worst part I took out of that thing was just how often they had to mention how much money they made. Not anything else about money. That was all they basically said.
Yeah.
Everything was about money and profits and how much more money they can make.
But it wasn't.
That's
like-
just kept going back into that every single time.
and I've been seeing people comment and post about how, oh yeah, but AEW is going to take them over and like this like sarcastic crap. And it's like, first off, it's not about that, but second off, yeah, no, great, you made 1.9 billion. A good chunk of that was from the Saudi Prince and your $1 billion TV deals that you have. The
Mhm.
other thing is that your product is still not good.
Nope.
It's not good.
See, but is it not? Is it that they don't have to be good because most of that money's guaranteed?
That's what it is. Exactly. They know they're getting the money, whether it's good, bad, or crap, or good, whatever.
That's
They don't care.
100% what it
Mhm.
is. They don't have to put on a good show. It's like they know WrestleMania is going to sell out both nights.
Did you hear Ronda Rousey's promo on Raw?
No.
No, how bad was it?
It was awful. It
I
was.
heard they had to pipe in cheers because it was so no
And-
reaction.
and that-
at
and
a
that's
couple
what it
of
was.
points.
But the thing is it's so monotone.
Yeah,
and
she can't talk at all.
No, not at all.
Mm-mm.
And it's just so there's that, and then literally at one point you hear her like talk, and she says some point, and the whole crowd, like you can see behind her, nobody's moving.
Yeah, no one's reacting, and then there's this huge
And,
cheer in there.
Giant cheer, like it's WrestleMania. Like
Yeah.
there's 60,000 people in that building, and it's and I'm like, wow, really? That it's just they picked up some bad habits with the Thunderdome stuff.
Yeah,
She's got the charisma of an emery board.
I don't even know what that is, but sure.
It's what you kind of file your nails down with.
Oh. Yeah, okay, I'll go with that. Emery board, ironing board, skateboard, paddleboard,
And she's never had charisma.
board of education.
She's completely boring.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
And when she was around, it was the Thunderdome time, wasn't it?
No, she was before that.
No.
She
It
was
was
before that.
before that. Yeah,
He was
right.
out for 2 years.
Yeah. Should have made it 3.
It was what WrestleMania 20 was it? The 2 years ago for Mania was the last match. A couple years ago, at least.
Yeah, it was the one with the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And then because she was gone right after that,
Yeah.
and then that's
So like 2019, probably then.
2019. Yeah, it was pretty bad though. It was awful, and that's what it is now. They, what I mean. They don't have to. They can always get the desired result that they want now, because all they have to do is just pump in crowd noise or just I mean, soon you can literally just use stock footage of people cheering at one point. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, they could easily do that.
right.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible. I don't know.
As
I
I
just
said, all the money's guaranteed, so they can do whatever they want.
And that's the thing too. Like I said, people are going to flock to Mania. It's a that's the destination.
Sure.
That's the party. That's the, it's the Super Bowl. Honestly, you could have the Jets taking on, I don't know, I'm trying to think of some crap team, the Lions. You have the Jets versus the Lions. And guess what? That Super Bowl is going to sell out, and it's going to be an amazing week leading up to it. And it's going to be a gigantic party and all of that. And it's the same. It's the same with WrestleMania. It's just become the party destination.
it's a
of
destination,
wrestling.
right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so they know it's going to sell out. You're 100% right. They can literally send Riddle out to the ring and have him take a freaking gigantic crap. Literally drop his pants and crap in the ring. And nobody's going to bat an eyelash. Who cares? Because they're just going to show up anyway. Doesn't matter. That's why we'll get Madcap Moss versus, I don't know, whoever. And this is an observation, Russ.
But if Riddle craps on night 1, we're coming back to this.
Then it is.
Yes. Right.
Then it's a
There's a Riddle.
protection.
If there's a
mistake.
full dump on hour 2 of night 1,
If there's a freaking toilet in the ring at any time, I'm just not going to watch anymore.
I'm not even saying there's going to be a toilet. I think he's just going to do it right there in the
Just
middle.
in the ring. Okay.
Yeah.
So the thing is with that, like you were saying, is it's the destination now. It's to the point where even every independent wrestling company in the country will run a show, that week. Like it's literally from, WrestleMania is on a Sunday.
It's starting on Tuesday this year.
Tuesday. Yeah, exactly. Right after Raw, you do the Raw, and then that whole week it just, beyond PWG, friggin'
GCW is doing their
right.
collective show again, where it's all the brands are going to work with them. So there's like something like 17 shows booked for that week now,
right.
all the way through Sunday like morning or something, and they do like midnight shows.
Yeah, multiple venues. You know what I mean?
Like,
just like
three spots are booked, I believe, for it.
and it's just it's crazy how
Mhm.
and that's the thing. And some people, and it's, I guess, to prove a different point. I've seen people on social media that will now, it's like, it's the destination, but they'll go from Tuesday to Sunday, and instead of going to WrestleMania,
They go to all the other shows.
they go to all the other
Mhm.
shows, but even still, like most shows will stop running like before WrestleMania.
Oh yeah.
You know what
They
I
don't
mean?
go
So it's
against
like,
it, right?
but like I've seen people use that as their travel time to go home.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Well, I don't care. Like all my shows, all the GCW and Beyond and all those shows that's what we wanted to see.
Yeah, there's one
You know,
Friday
we
at
don't-
midnight, then I think there's 2 matinee shows at like 1:00 in the afternoon, Saturday and Sunday, and that's it.
Well, see, that's the thing now too, is with the matinee shows. Now you have NXT running a matinee show.
That's Saturday, yeah.
That Saturday. So that kind of, now WWE is actually putting.
But
content.
I think the thing on that one is it's still at the Performance Center. They're not actually traveling to Dallas for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's going to be live on the air, but it's not going to. It's from what I've heard, but things could change. I don't believe they're traveling there with them.
Really assumed that it was going to be like in Dallas.
Yeah, I don't believe so, but things change. You never know. But as of right now, it's not.
I mean, they'd have wherever Raw is going to be already like locked in. Like they could have a ring there, or they could have it at WrestleMania. I mean,
I
why
think
not?
the next night they're in San Antonio or Austin, and the place is like 16,000 seats. No way NXT 2.0 could sell anything bigger than like an auditorium.
No.
High school gym.
And GCW's booked down those small places that all the MLW and Ring of Honor and those places have run in that area. I don't know if there's any real small venues for them to run.
I hope the same thing happens to Goldberg in Dallas that happened to John F. Kennedy.
Oh no. There you go. You're not going to say it, Russ?
His wife frantically trying to reach for the second half of his brain that's running in the back of the car.
What time was this at? 8:40.
It's driving down Dealey Plaza, top down. Oh, nope, there goes my brain.
That's the second time I've had this conversation today, actually.
Really?
About John F. Kennedy's
Oh,
brain.
I thought you were going to say
Yeah.
about Goldberg getting shot down.
No, about John F. Kennedy's assassination. That's the second time we. That's
I've
kinda
been
weird.
there. I've been at Dealey Plaza.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here. Yeah.
And I've stood behind the picket fence, and I don't believe in conspiracy theories. This is where we're going to take a little detour from wrestling. I don't believe in conspiracy.
Brian Kendrick.
But but if you go behind the picket fence, because Dealey Plaza goes downhill, and where the X is, they have an X where he got the kill shot. It is a perfect line of sight from there, right from the picket fence, right to that X. Just makes sense. I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just saying it's the only conspiracy theory that I somewhat subscribe to.
One of the best memes I saw, Russell Westbrook sucks in NBA. If people are wrestling fans and not NBA fans listening to this, but he's been sucking lately, especially with shooting. So there's a picture of JFK.
Apparently Lee Harvey Oswald wasn't.
But there's a picture of JFK like 95 years old. And then on the bottom, if Russell Westbrook was the shooter.
Yeah,
Oh.
I like it.
Nice.
Brilliant.
That's good.
Yeah, really.
That's a good one.
It's a good one.
Well, conspiracy theories leads to what Rick was saying. We've had a person get let go by the WWE, and then the next night get let go by AEW, pretty much.
He had a bad week.
He had a really bad week.
And then, of
Very
course, he had to
bad.
apologize after Tony Khan said, "We're pulling you from the show."
Yeah. And it's the forced apology is
That's the problem. Yeah.
it's such a load of crap.
At that point, it's too late.
Opie and Anthony used to talk about that all the time. Like they used to get forced to apologize constantly, and you could hear it. If you go back, you listen to some of the old apologies they would do, you could just tell it was like almost like someone had a gun to their head.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, none of it was any.
No.
There was no sincerity whatsoever.
Yeah, here's the station's memo. Just read it out
Yeah.
loud.
But it's the same. It's the same with like Kendrick and who anybody else nowadays with cancel culture. You just you got to throw the apology out there, and all the apology is it's window dressing. and it's a hope that you're not gonna completely lose your livelihood for the rest of
Mhm.
your life.
Yep. Right.
But it's not sincere. You knew you
No.
said this crap. I think the best thing that maybe the to combat cancel culture is to, you said stuff, you did stuff. Come right out and say, look, hey, we're at the start of my possible run here. This is the stuff I did 10 years ago. I was a different person then.
Sure.
I am a completely
Right.
different person now. That
Well,
stuff exists.
You tell them
One
right,
thing-
and then they know.
Yeah.
One thing that no one does, and the person who did it, it worked. I don't see why people don't repeat this. Is Hugh Grant 100 years ago when he was with
Sucking off a transvestite.
the no, that's Eddie Murphy.
Oh, that's right. That was Eddie. He survived it too.
But Hugh Grant went to the hooker who I think went to ECW. If I
This
think
is wrestling related.
so, it is wrestling
I would
related.
say-
like this.
yeah, I think she did.
Really?
Went to
Right,
ECW.
Okay.
What's her
But
name? Something Brown, right?
This
Yes,
Francine, what?
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So
I
this is
remember that.
wrestling
Right.
related.
Yeah.
But
She
what
was there.
happened? What happened was Hugh Grant went on the Tonight Show the following day, or like a couple days later, and just said, "Yep, I did it. Oops,
Hmm.
don't
That
hide
was,
from
but
it."
that was also before every faceless asshole has a keyboard and an opinion.
Sure,
You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Well,
Right.
more recently, and it's still
but he
kind
wasn't
of,
cocky about it either. He was just he was the night of, but he wasn't cocky about it when he was doing his apology.
more recently, but
Divine
still
Brown.
kind of far
Divine
back.
Brown, ECW's Divine Brown. How dare you?
David Letterman did the same thing. He was about to get blackmailed, and he just came out on a show and like revealed all the like little dark secrets that he's got hiding in his
Yeah.
closet. And he survived that. I that's why I said, you did this stuff. You said this, and you've posted it. It's out there in the world. Just don't wait for it to
Marv
come
Albert.
back.
Marv out, right?
Yeah.
He,
Oh,
he
yeah.
bit a hooker or something, right?
He
Yep.
loved his S&M.
Hmm.
Loved to get a little freaky with the hookers.
This podcast is everywhere.
It really is. It's been a busy week of wrestling
Yeah.
too. We are all over the map.
Divine Brown, JFK. Like, what the hell is going on? The curling.
Curling.
Buying pee on the internet.
That's right. Fake.